Interesting. Okay. Whatever. We'll just have to live with this. Let's just apply a few filters here. First, the gain. I think it was about 10. How does 10 decibels sound? Testing, testing. One, two, three. No, 15 was more like it. Alright, 15. Let's add a noise suppression. Um, okay. There we go. Added. Okay. Hello to nobody. It's a pleasure to be back again. What you're looking at right now is my site. No, I'm not going to be working at this. This is a theme that was based off of another theme. It's built using Hugo. It's been a while since I've updated it. I gotta update it with this YouTube channel. Now I'll mention a few things. I had an interesting format here, this project system. One of them was actually this cab project here, but it's just basically this bunch of servers in a box. The current design actually looks nothing like this. It's really cool though, the whole idea, and something that I really want to develop. Unfortunately, the projected cost is somewhere around, I think, $700. So it's not really that practical, but it is a site that need to update, and I may save that for the just update a few things and make it work with the latest version of Hugo, which I think it's going to have some issues with. I haven't really done anything with it, and I just keep building with the latest version of Hugo. And one time the code blocks broke. I used to have line numbers. I got rid of them now because they were a pain to stylize properly in a way that they lined up correctly, and also that I could have them in separate. There's giant pain in the ass. And they also interfered with my code copy button script. So I kind of just dumped them. Although it would be nice if, what's it called? If the guys that made the code highlighting things would be a bit more considerate and added a separate class for the highlighters, so you could apply specific properties to them that would make them work better. But unfortunately, we can't do that, and so you got to live with that. In other news, as I think I've mentioned before, I lost my PGP key. I got a new one. With some new subkeys. Unfortunately, my encryption subkeys are missing. However, I should be able to sign stuff now, although I actually don't have any SSH keys currently put in, and I am too lazy to do that now. So, we'll still be writing code. Now, in a bit of an update from previously. I'm so sorry you had to experience that. That is tragic. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Like legitimately, holy crap, what the hell? Um, I am properly sorry about that. Woof. Oi, oi, oi. Let's go ahead and update the bit rate here. I'll leave the sampling rate the same, but YouTube is telling me that my audio stream rate is incorrect, which is odd. Um, Audio bitrate to 128. Apply. Unfortunately, I cannot use a hardware encoder currently. Um, like literally the encoder in my NVIDIA's drivers for Linux broke when they released 5.9 because they include certain modules that prevented you from, or at least prevented NVIDIA from doing GPU shims the way they used to. So that's not an option for them anymore, and they're working around it slowly but surely. They should have their driver available again in November, which means CUDA will be back up and working, and then I can switch back to using NVENC. NV encoder. But yeah, so that's that. What else? Oh, so now I can do drawings. And I can do drawings pretty quickly. Pretty awesome. I have a remarkable tablet using some wonderful software called Remarkable Mouse. We can draw, and actually using a currently beta PR. This properly emulates a Wacom tablet. Now, there are a few downsides, I suppose you could say. The first one is it doesn't work that well yet. It doesn't support the buttons, the touchscreen isn't supported. I did write some code for touchscreen support, but I cannot figure out how to map it to a screen instead of having it act like a touchpad, which is annoying as hell. The second one is even then the touchscreen gestures don't seem to work properly. There we go. The amount of presses that took to get working is annoying, like extremely aggravating actually. Let's go ahead and go with like a pencil tip here. Maybe we can find like pen, ink. I like it when it says the names. Let's see. Yeah, this is perfect. I need to go ahead and make like a proper preset collection of things. But anyways, let's go ahead and choose the that tool. Oh, right, and also for some reason recently, all the mappings that I had that mapped the screen correctly just went all wacky, so I'm not sure what happened there. Which is also very annoying, because like I had it all mapped out properly, height-wise and everything, and now that is no longer the case. Like basically I was able to just have the screen projected on my thing, and I don't know why that's not working anymore. Like there was code that is exclusively meant to do that, and doesn't work. I'm not sure why. Don't know what it is. Maybe I changed something in the wrong place. Or but it's not working properly anymore, which is really, really annoying. I even actually integrated what's it called, palm rejection. But regardless, so yeah, now I can basically explain my ideas all nicely, but it's not one to one. As you can see, I've already passed this mark when actually, well, you can't see it because I don't have a camera, but basically, yeah, it's gotten a bit wonky. And despite that, the remarkable screen display caused it to be a bit stretched, I think I would rather it be a bit stretched than have a extremely, extremely annoying lack of calibration, which is really weird. It's not supposed to do that. I wonder if maybe there's like just a setting or something that I can set and then it'll work again. Oh, I know what setting it is. Hold on. Nope. Why is it doing that? I don't know. That's very annoying. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to writing code. Now, last time I left off, there was an issue where what was the issue? So basically there was an issue where we could not successfully get any code. I could not figure out how to get there was an issue with the interfaces in Yagi. Turns out that's an actual bug in Yagi where it fails to, for some reason, read the implicity or something of it. Like I finally managed to whittle it down to a simple test. Watch, go run, /test 3.go. And this runs the correct behavior, which is true and 0, and then it quits. I attempted to keep this as simple as possible. So we have first there's a function that implements there's a struct that implements that implicitly implements the IO writer interface. It has a write thing and it doesn't really do anything useful. Then there is a test function that tests that it implements it, and then there's the main function which runs the test function, then runs write to show that the write function is working. Watch what happens in Yagi. Yagi./test3.go. And we get this spectacular piece where first it tells us that it's false, and then when we attempt to convert it to a IO writer wherein it would only be able to have the function write, it falls apart completely. And then I found that this issue kind of extended further out. For some reason, the functions don't come out. This is a bad problem, and it's really bad. Because it means that my plugin system, well, kind of works. The real issue is that until this bug is fixed, I'll have no idea if my type checking code works correctly, which is a long time to hold me in suspense. Because it's very possible that this behavior is just it's weird for some reason, and like there's no real way to know what it's doing until until that bug is fixed, which is annoying. God, I'm legitimately kind of tired. Give me 1 second. I'm going to disconnect the stream here for just a minute. All right. And now we're back. At least we should be. Should be back to the way we want it to be. And we are. Beautiful. What else? Nothing much, I suppose. In a way, this is annoying that, I mean, it's kind of cool, actually, that YouTube can do automatic closed captions, but in a way, I'm afraid that they'll be so bungled. But yeah, so the important thing here to note is that this entire issue over here, that's bad. Now, before I do anything else, let's go ahead and find out what we're looking at currently. Let's see if there was any progress on Yagi. So for my notifications, see what did I get a notification for. Oh, cool. It's that kind of cool thing I've been doing. So there's this. Right? That got merged. This got closed because that thing got merged. Yeah, so this is that Remarkable Mouse project I've been working on it a bit. Yeah, I got this new YubiKey. I've been following this guide. What's this? Oh, that's another project of mine. Okay. Let's have a look at issues. I filed an issue in Yagi. Implicity is ignored. As you can see over here, this is exactly what I described to you. You can test it. It works. Cool, it's been added to a milestone, so that means it will hopefully get fixed sooner than later. Judging by what I can see over here, yep, it's same bug, still not fixed, and it doesn't look like they're. Wait, what was I on? I was on 9.3. Yeah, I'm on 9.3. Let's see what happens when we get 9.4. Go get dash U. Come on. This little bit right here. Paste. Oh, come on. Hub.com/traffic Yagi. Alright, and let's go ahead and edit GoMod. Oh, good, updated by itself. That's kind of cool. And then let's just get the updated version of the CLI, CMD. There we go. Should get a new version of the CLI. Now I suppose let's attempt to test this again. Oh boy. Let's see if we get a different error. I think we do. Not really though. Not different enough. So yeah, I guess now we're basically just going to be waiting around for what appears to be the pretty much sole guy that's maintaining this. Like, consistently. Oh, no, I take that back. Let's see, who else? Who else is doing this? Kind of judging this by people who've committed to this repository recently, and I count past week, past month, past week. Not that many people. Feature exposure. Okay. So slowly updating. And unfortunately, we're kind of just going to be sitting here waiting for this sort of thing to be fixed. What was this bug? Oh, that was this one, just a nil interface. I was kind of dealing with a similar, well, not the same. Actually, no, I was dealing with a similar issue. But not quite. I think they all come from the same. I think they all sort of come from the same path. I believe that the interface code in Yagi is a bit broken. I'm not exactly sure how. I mean, to be entirely honest, there is some. Holy shit. It's like an entire Go interpreter. Okay, holy shit. I'm curious how long this is. Like, that is a lot of fucking code, man. That is a lot of code. See, in case you're wondering why I'm not doing as much coding, I am stalling a bit, I'll admit, because I'm not entirely sure what to do. I can't actually test anything, and I'm at the point where, not being able to test is kind of going to ruin it. And most of the other things, I don't really want to work on a makefile now. I'm way too lazy for, I'm not really in the mood for that. I'm kind of more in the mood for, like, innovating a bit better. Yeah, this is annoying. Although I will be entirely honest, I had a lot of that recently, so yeah, I don't really know. Interp run right here. This appears to be the primary bundle of code that actually runs. I suppose parses 3,000 lines of code. Oh boy, this one's going to be a good one. Type. That's 17. Oh, wow. That is like almost exactly 1,700 lines of code. That is like really perfect. Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, I think the interface bugs are a bit, I think they all kind of come from a similar place. Yeah. I'm properly tired. Holy crap. I think they all kind of come from like the same place. And I believe that like fixing one of them, if it doesn't fix the other ones, it'll kind of cascade into there. Like it'll it'll be like most of what needs to be fixed, but then again, I have no clue what the actual issue is, so I'm kind of just talking out of my ass right now. But anyways, once I've isolated the issue, I can now work on something else. And perhaps you could call this semantics. But yeah. So first of all, I could actually technically deal with this problem. Um it's not strictly unfixable. It's very fixable. The problem is it would require that I write a bunch of reflection code because this plugin module isn't meant to be just for me. And so I'd have to write a ton of reflection code to go through each interface and determine what's inside of it, and then pull out those functions, which is not something I'm exactly interested in doing because, first of all, that's a workaround for a freaking bug. Yeah, you heard me, it's just a bug. There's nothing else about it. So, you know, oh, and this wants that. Oh my gosh. Oh, yawning, this is bad. Oof. Okay, so now the question is then what to work on. Let's poke around and see what I would like to work on. Yeah, we can close that. So I have here a README, and this README explains, what the project is about, and right over here I have a bit of a checklist. Let's add in progress. Gosh, I really need to fix that bug. This is a problem where my typing is I cannot code because of this. I'm feeling so tired right now. I slightly regret deciding to stream. The problem is I wasn't feeling this tired earlier. So I can't exactly say, well, yeah, I realized I was tired. I didn't. Um, actually, though, this is a interesting comment right here because Go just, I think, pretty much merged in. I think the Go project just merged in the last pieces of code, or at least almost merged in all the last. There's a few, maybe one more PR left for the Go embed PR, and my entire asset packing problem is about to go away, and I cannot wait. I'm going to have to spend a bit of time rewriting some code, but yeah, I hmm, I'm very happy. Um, add in refractor tests. Aim for 80% coverage. Go test dot slash dot 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 dash insecure. Now, if you're sitting here and wondering what the hell is the dash insecure flag, well, let me tell you. There was some cryptography code, and there's some code, and the API, or actually for that matter, the entire site authenticates using JWT, JSON Web Tokens. And the problem with them is that they're meant to be auto-generated, which means you can't effectively test that your token generation actually worked, even with the decryption. Like, aside for that, I test that also, but I want to test that all the actions that happen based off of certain things work correctly, and I can't write an entire code base. Basically, I want to keep it simple. What the insecure flag does is it sets the default. It basically it sets the encryption key to be, I think it was 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's it. And all that does is it makes testing so much easier. Actually, there's one other feature that I'm using, which is also which I have another tag that's called dash dash live. Oh, whoopsie, I messed that up. Let's actually just hit Control C here. I'm so silly. Go tags equals secure space. There we go. That should work a lot better. And then it takes a few minutes. The rest of the tests, there's a lot of tests. Not as many as I'd like there to be, and the plugin code is still completely running without tests. And honestly, for that matter, it is a bit hard to test. I'm going to some of the code that I write, that as I write the test, there's going to be some significant refactoring to work to make it easier to test certain portions. Because quite frankly, as much as I would like to have better performance, I don't know, first of all, entirely how Yagi works. I don't know what's on the stack and what's on the heap, and it makes it a bit harder to make certain decisions, even if I wanted to stick most of it in the stack. It's an interpreter. Computationally intensive code is slow. That's a fact of life. So, hey. Oh, we had a panic. That's bad. That's really bad. The fuck? Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, I know what that is. We need to do something here. We just need to rebuild the resources to include a few new things. There now, that panic should go away. Fortunately, today's going to be a bit more boring because I'm feeling a bit more boring. Tired, legitimately tired, and it's drop concerning. In the meantime, while I wait for this test to compile, if you're wondering why there's that little RU logo in the bottom, and if you had a look at my channel at all, you may have seen something that kind of feels like a similar in style. RU stands for Rashi Unscrambled. It was a project that I did when I was in like my first year of high school. Basically this little video series that we put out that took some portions from the Bible and applied a certain commentary to them. And it's quite nice, actually. I really liked that. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, my school administration was not a huge fan of them. But yeah, it was fun. What the hell? Still having a bug. This is legitimately concerning. Yeah, so far it seems that most of it's been going fine, other than this bit over here. Why would it do that? Ah. Shit. Oh, man. That's crashing? That's panicking? Why is it panicking? Um. Okay, this one's obscure. And it lands up over here. And the question is. Huh? Right, this I decided to be a bit lazy and use oh, I think I understand. Okay, it's returning a nil array. Oh, that's a thing? Yes, it's a nil array. It's not a zero value array. It is a nil array. Oh, and so it's trying to loop through it and it crashes. Oh, fuck. I'm so tired. I feel a bit dizzy. It's only 10:15. Um, eh, 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 shush. Okay, regardless, let's go ahead and run the test. And we'll see how much coverage we have. I don't think I'm going to be writing tests today. Hey, Google, set the temperature on the fourth floor to 73 degrees. It set it to 80. Hey, Google, set the temperature on the fourth floor to 73 degrees. Is it running coverage? There we go. There's no tests over there. I don't know why that's running. God. I'm feeling so freaking yawny right now. I'm like falling asleep. This is bad. I'm going to take a quick break and maybe find something to eat or whatever. As soon as these tests finish running. Yeah, I know there's a few of them that are broken. Not worried about those right now. There's that one single one that's panicking, but the rest of them, I think I know that they're broken. Wait, what was this? Don't remember the specific bug here. One of one of my more exciting bugs that I've had to deal with. Okay, I don't know why that's happening, but whatever. Bug is bug. We're looking at about 50% of statements here. Oh. Why only 50? For starters, this right over here. This code isn't tested properly. That's A. There's not really any code in there that's really meant to be tested, but yeah. Then there's this code. Now, because it's ran, it counts towards the statistics, which is interesting. There's this over here. Then there's this. There's this and this. The node code is particularly hard to test simply because of certain limitations of the operating systems. I could show you a few here. See, no new. I don't know why this is the error we're getting. But basically, it doesn't have systemd, which can cause some issues. This one over here, I still have never determined the cause for it. And in a way that actually makes me the most scared. Because if I can't figure out, and then this is our panic. Now, the reason why I'm actually the most scared of this bug, this is a bug in the middleware authentication system that uses JWT, also interferes with the API, etc., etc. I am the most scared of that test because I cannot understand why it goes wrong, and I'm scared that something will just allow it to be constantly bypassed, and I have no clue what that is. I looked the code over, and I can't find anything. If somebody else wants to look it over for me, that would be amazing. Anyways, I am going to be right back. I just need to take something, take 5, take 10. And we're back. Hey Google, set the temperature on the fourth floor to 73 degrees. Hey Google, set the fan on the fourth floor to on. Yep. Shit. Oh boy. Guess I won't get any proper AC. All right. So, okay. So, now, there is some interesting pieces of code. Most interesting in particular would probably, and actually dirtiest, I would say, is the main function, which has kind of just been the primary location for where everything lands that isn't anywhere else lands up. All the initialization logic, all of that stuff. Now, that doesn't sound so bad. Except, problem is, well, it's dirty as hell. The main function isn't really meant for this. So, at some point in the future, I'm going to change that. Also that. Now, in commits, okay, you know what? We're committing right now. Holy shit, that is a lot more than I bargained for. I do not have a spare USB port. Never mind, we're not committing right now. I want to, but I can't. I would. I promise. Although, this isn't that bad. I suppose we could at least get started on writing this piece of code here. Which basically is just a GET request, which returns some HTML based on a parameter that it receives. Not that complicated. Hey Google, make it colder on the fourth floor. One second. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some sketching. I don't know. Kind of want to do some sketching, but I don't know what to sketch about. Uh, Alrighty. Sorry for the delays. This is annoying. All right. Sorry for the delay. Um, hopefully now, after a hour of time wasting, let's go write some code. So, let's see. What is this code going to do? Let's use Critter for this, because what the hell, why not? Alright, let's just make sure we're live. Okay, so we are indeed live. Okay, let's move this all out of the way. Okay, so we have a API call here. Actually, hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, so we have got our shit. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. So, we have, let's go over here. Yeah, that's a problem. Oh, boy. I can't lift the pen very far off. Otherwise, I have problems. Another thing I need to solve is how to better do the palm rejection. So, we have our function, our API call. That comes from outside the universe of wonderful little functions and a Go star function, right? I don't have different colors. I mean, I do. Oh, wow, that actually worked the first try. Let's try using different colors. What the load of bullet? Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Okay, so our function starts. Hold on. I do not understand at all how that works. I think I'm going to just stick to doing it manually here. Yeah, let's go to purple. Purple is cool. And then what we do is we get the information about which plugin they want to use out of the URL here, and then we take that and we use it to we load the information out of that plugin, get the inputs out of it, which are stored in this nice format. In retrospect, maybe I should have used something like JSON and generated it on the fly, but this uses less JavaScript, and I don't like JavaScript. Perhaps in the future it can be changed. The main reason why I'm not as worried about technical debt is A, because I'm not getting paid to do this. There's no deadlines. And the other thing is because I have literally no qualms about changing something. If it sucks, I will change it. If you look at the history of the project, I changed the HTTP router twice. First, I was using Gorilla, then I switched to Chi, and now I'm using Pure. And I switched to Chi in like a day or two, and then switched to Pure like a few days afterwards because I realized, oh, Pure is way better. Now, as this is technically a web application, and even then, it's actually meant to be used only in like smaller, if you will, like it's not meant to be like big and mighty. And so you might be wondering, Chi is fine, you know, it can do, I think it's 2,000 requests maybe, or 1,000 something. The problem is that it's still bottleneck. And I'd rather eliminate the bottlenecks, especially when it's that easy. Between Pure, Chi, the Pure, or even Lars, the bottleneck is using them is much more efficient than using using Chi. And since the barrier to entry is so low, I'd rather use that. I wrote my own plugin library instead of using HashiCorp's plugin library because the barrier to entry to use the HashiCorp plugin system is huge. It is giant. Like literally, it is really, really hard to use. Because you have to also master gRPC and all that other crap. Now, is it fast? Yes. But if you're running advanced mathematical calculations in this plugin, if you're running compute-intensive applications, that's a separate issue. Now, I'll admit, I haven't benchmarked Yagi. It is something I would like to do. See how fast Yagi really is. You know, in classic tests, recursive Fibonacci, non-recursive Fibonacci, clever Fibonacci. When I mean clever Fibonacci, I mean Fibonacci methods that are designed to be clever and also efficient. Inefficient Fibonacci. I came up with a few inefficient methods. I was bored one day. But yeah, it's yeah, so now this plugin will go ahead and we take from here. We take that, we retrieve the plugin from the folder of plugins. Right, they've already been loaded. Got a nice plugins folder here. Let's go ahead and go for like a Windows yellow. Okay, and let's just go color this in because I'm bored. Let's make this a bit bigger. Ooh, that's too big. That's better. And then we'll go for like a, to be fancy, into bike shed for the hell of it. Let's go for a slightly darker tone. This area here. Beautiful. And now let's go back to black. Oops. Control Z. Let's change the size of this again. There we go. Back to our favorite size. Okay. And, okay, there we go. Beautiful. That was a giant ass waste of time. But I digress. Oof. Once we load this in, we grab our plugin. And in this plugin, it contains some information about how to generate, about what we want the input to look like. Now, this could in theory just be a variable. However, I would like in the future for plugins to be a bit more dynamic. And I can't do that if, you know, they're not dynamic. So I have to, you know, be a bit creative. Now, this has a list of inputs that it returns. Takes that list of inputs, generates some HTML from it, which I've already created a template for a while ago, actually. And then sends that back out as the return. So if we go back to our favorite red here, this point, it is returned to sender. Yeah, my arrows are horrible. Anyway, so that's how it works. Now, this is relatively simple. There's not much to this. The thing is that, unfortunately, testing any of this, what is this tool, has become unnecessarily complicated by the fact that the actual plugin system over here isn't working. So I can't actually test that any of this is working because attempting to test will result in a panic. Which kind of means just I have to lie on my ass and wait, which is annoying. So, I could in theory implement this now. But in a way, that would be sort of boring. Oh. Okay. So, I suppose, since there isn't much else to do tonight, I will spend a relatively small amount of time. There isn't much to this. I'm working on it. Let's have fun. So, the first thing that I need to use is this. Now, common.recover is a particularly interesting function. Basically, I decided to get lazy a bit with how some of my error design worked, because there isn't really any built-in construct for returning errors over HTTP, and for right now, I have to return a lot of those. If there's a bug or something, we got to get it back, and I'd like to go through the API because if someone's trying to use it, you know, they don't have to start digging through figuring out what they did wrong. So, if certain things panic, it automatically errors. When that happens, it attempts to recover those errors. There's a bit of a faulty logic with the way it's implemented, and I need to have a look at it again. Like, in the back of my head, there's something in my mind telling me what you did was stupid, but I don't remember why. Oh. So basically, I got lazy and decided to integrate error checking and then panic, because that's the easiest way, but basically recover from that panic provided nothing goes wrong, and then just move on with life. Yeah, lazy. It's a bad design, but I'm not entirely interested in fixing it now because it actually works pretty well. Although the concept of it is just laziness, and there are certain things with it that need to get replaced. Although honestly, I don't remember exactly what because I haven't worked on that piece of code for a few months. Like, this project is actually about a month and a half away from being 6 months old. And I would like to have this done, if I'm lucky. If Yagi manages to get that bug fixed, I would like to have this done, tomorrow. I don't think that's possible because there's a bit too much to do. But, yeah. Okay, so common.recover. The next thing is, I can barely remember how to write this. Oh, there's so many different little moving pieces. Then we need to recover the variables. All right, I forgot to add defer beforehand. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. Then we go ahead and grab the variables out of there. And, let's see here. Now we do plugins. So plugin dot get task plugin. Vars dot URL param. No, actually, so it's called plugin. Now, okay, so here is why common.recover was so useful. Watch. P and error equal, we can completely ignore error handling now. Common dot error writer. What we just do is pass error writer, the response writer, and the error. And now, what it does is it checks the error. If there's an error, it panics with the error content. And then, basically, it writes the error, and then proceeds to panic so it can kill the function. Because I don't want to... This kind of takes the place of context. I do believe once I have context, I won't need common.recover. But that is something to keep in mind. And until I get around to using a context-based until I get around to using a context-based router, I'm going to be going with this method, which is lazy, and it works. See? I remembered why I did it this way. We got this plugin. Now we're going to run then we're also going to fetch a template. T equals get template. Whoopsie. Oh, magical character in here. What did I call that template? Form. Let's give it a bit of a better name. Plugin form. More specifically, yeah, actually plugin form, because this form can actually be used for, I think I designed it to work for anything, right? I actually anyways have to check how some of this worked. Yeah, this isn't strictly limited to being for tasks. This can generate any form that uses my fancy method. What was the JavaScript specifically that it checked? It was API/internal/plugin/thing/form. Okay. Get template form. That's what I called it, right? Plugin form now. God damn it. This is a problem. Okay. And that returns a template. T dot. I literally cannot remember at all how the hell to use this. This is bad. Error. Right. T dot execute template called form template. That's a template here called just form, and then we need to pass an object to it, which would be p dot get inputs Why did I let it return an error? Should not be able to do that. Don't know why I'd be returning an error. I literally have no clue what the point of an error. Oh, right, because it was Jason marshaled. Ah, fuck. I don't need to do that. Fuck. Okay then. We need to write some simple code here. F var F is a UI dot form. Then we do if error equals JSON dot unmarshal is the data, which is FB equals P dot get inputs. I need to take that away, but then I'm going to also have to provide the symbols for said interface, which is going to be annoying, so I'm going to deal with that later. Damn it. Never goes the way you want. If form bytes, because why not? This is so hard to code. Oh my god. If error equal nil, or sorry, we can just do common.error writer. Common.error writer w error. And there, all that logic is dealt with for us. It's kind of like the classic like error C function, except we don't need that, and it also comes with a lot more processing. Overall, I say have your cake and eat it too. In which case, we also don't need to do that. Form bytes at f. Yeah, it's a very convenient function. It's not pretty, but it works pretty well. And honestly, specifically for this case, it would probably be handled better with contexts. But to hell with concepts, I say. There, and for that matter, we also don't have to do this because, again, we can just wrap it. It's practically like a closure almost. It's amazing. It's not quite a closure, but yeah, it makes life oh god, that is stupid. And then alright, I actually implemented a UI error writer specifically for this. Right? Gosh, I literally cannot remember the code I wrote. I am like tired, man. Error writer. Error writer W space bang. Now this will work. However, it would work in theory. However, there's one single catch to this working, and that is oh, I changed that. God, I'm stupid as hell. There we go. Okay. Now we do the rest of the code that comes along here, the handlers register. Registering UI module, API handlers. Internal. Actually, maybe we'll just keep this one quiet because technically it's not supposed to be big and popular. Oh shit. Okay then, never mind. Right, because we have that already, I think right here. And what was the URL it was going to go to? API/internal/plugins/form. Okay. r.get API/internal. Seriously? /plugins/form. Plugins slash slash form. That's a long one. What's it called? Inputs. There we go. Now, let's see if this shit works. And this one's easy to test. We'll know it works if it panics. Very, very easy test. Oh, shit. That's not supposed to be there. Anyways, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. Now, first, there's that console. Second thing, oh, it's not calling it at all. Why is that? Internal plugins. This is throwing back a 404. What? I did something wrong. So API/internal/plugins. Oh, that's why. See? Or we could just do it like this. Instead of making it API/internal, we'll just do internal/plugins/form. Because technically this isn't part of the API as it returns HTML. Let's try that again. Go. No, not that. That. Oh, I keep forgetting to switch the window. Compiling. Come on, you can do this. All right. Let's go back. Refresh a page. To say that's odd would be an understatement. Straight up, what the hell? Load handlers. UI register handlers. It is given the naked one. Yeah, the what the hell? This is supposed to... It's not even getting there. What the hell? It's just giving me not found. Okay, that's a weird bug. I've seen weird bugs, bro. This is weird as hell. Let's just fix one other bug quickly. Oh. No. What? Goland is sticking cookies? How? I am fucking stumped. What? Get/internal. I must have spelled it wrong. Let's double check. /internal/plugins. Plugin/form. And this is following the same convention where it's the shingerbinger, right? And then we extract shed shingerbinger and it should work. What the hell? I'm legitimately confused right now. Okay, that's weird. Hey man, what's up? Welcome to my stream where I try to solve problems. In case you can't tell, right now I'm dealing with a bug. This bug is particularly interesting, where I've very clearly declared the URL, which is supposed to follow this function over here, and yet it doesn't go. See? Watch what happens. This function is called over here, where it attempts to trigger a script and returns with 404. I'm stumped. I kind of out of ideas here because this like isn't supposed to happen. Cool. Yeah, that's a missing favicon. But there's nothing here that suggests this shouldn't work. That's what's troubling. Why is this returning 404 not found? I don't know. Let's just try. Let's just try curling this. Just to make sure there isn't some really weird bug. Curl. Oh, right. God. Fucking hell. Not found. What the fuck? I am confused. Also, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be some middleware. No, wait, maybe not. Why is it not found? Oh, there is a bug in the compilation. That's why. Isn't there? Is there not? Oh, fuck. What the hell? Itoka boshoi forgodoil. Itoka boshoi forgodoil. The only explanation here for why this isn't working is that it simply hasn't saved. Oof. which is weird. Because that's supposed to happen automatically. The fuck? What the hell? I don't get it. What the hell? Doesn't make a shred of sense. Fuck. How annoying this is. Um, Let's just try one other thing. Come on. So it should have built successfully. And not found. Is there something wrong? What the fuck? Stumped. Fucking stumped. Oh. Let's see if this is sending across the cookie. Just want to make sure that's indeed the case. It is. I'm definitely stumped. Was there something I was missing maybe? Perhaps in like the authentication or something, but it's not supposed to return not found. It's supposed to return an error or something. Fuck. Well, unfortunately, I'm evidently way too tired to figure out what the hell is wrong with this. So yeah, unfortunately, today was a shitty stream. I was tired. I'm going to sign off for today. And I'll see you guys. I'll be back again, I think, Tuesday. Hopefully Tuesday I'll be of a bit more sound mind. Bye-bye.